Good day, students. Now I'm starting with a new chapter, that is verbs. I know that verbs are already being covered in the last class as well. So this time also I'm covering it. So verbs are the words which gives you an action, which tells you the action of a person. Like it is also known as action words, right? Remember we used to say this thing with these are the action words. Now verbs, a word that tells you someone or something does, an action word or word of being. Like examples it being used: sit, laugh, run, and jump. Eat, listen, write, drink. So many examples are there. Whatever you wanted to express with someone, you wanted to tell what you are doing, you always use verb in it, right? Without verb your sentence has been incomplete. So you need a verb while to explain any of your sentence to any of the person. Fine. So now the verb are of two types. You can say the transitive and intransitive verb. The transitive verbs are those which is having object in it, right? Like if I'll talk you an example, if I'll give you an example, I asked a question. A question here is a object in it, right? When you're having a object in it, that particular sentence will become a transitive, that particular verb become a transitive verb. Fine. A verb that needs an object to complete its meaning, right, is called a transitive verb. I asked a question. That means if I'll not write a question, that particular sentence is incomplete. I asked what you asked, right? If examples, more examples are being given, you can see the I bake some cookies, I ride the bicycle, I move the chair. You can see the move, write, and bake, these particular verbs are needed object in it to complete or gives you the meaning of that particular sentence. So those verbs are known as intransitive verb. Now comes up, that is in intransitive verbs. Now the verbs which the action verbs, but unlike transitive verb, they do not have an object and receiving the action, and you get the complete meaning as well. Those particular verbs are known as intransitive verbs. Like example, I can say I laugh, I cry, the book falls, the girl smiled, the eagle has landed, the match was won. These are the few words which is being used over here, right? The verbs which is not which doesn't need, which are not required any object in it for getting any meaning, right? So these are the intransitive verbs, uh, right? So I can say a verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning, it's an intransitive verb. Fine. So now we have a third type of verb, that is your verbs of incomplete predication. Now in this particular you can say we need a complement. We need a complement to complete the sentence. We don't need any object in it, but we need an complement in it. If the complement would not be there, the sentence meaning is incomplete. Like you can say the dog is hungry. If I would say hungry would not be written, you will not get any meaning in it. That particular sentence is been incomplete. The dog is what, right? Uh, the the sun shone brightly. The day was windy. You can say with was, I have used windy word, right? windy. So this gives you the complement of the verb. When these are the complement has been required for completing any or giving any sense of the meaning, or you can say you get the meaning of that particular sentence, those verbs are known as verbs of incomplete predication. Fine. Verbs which need the help of some words or a group of words to complete their meaning are called verbs of incomplete predication. We can say the chief part, the important parts of a verbs are, that is the present tense, past participle, that is the third form, first form, second form, third form, right? These are being required, they are called the chief part, because we can form all other parts with the help of with their help only. So for this, for completing a sentence, we need an action. So an action words which shows an action, it tells what the subject of the sentence does. These are the main verb, the principal verb, you can say. Examples can be bake, sing, write, wrote, listen, drink, smile. Whatever the action you are getting it, these are the main verb, right? Without this, you are not getting the meaning of that particular sentence. Fine. Like if I would say, I am smiling. Smiling, what I am doing? I am smiling. I am teaching you. I am teaching you. So teach. You're getting it, the word, the teach. You are getting the meaning of it, right? If I am not writing teach in the particular sentence, I am you. What is I am you? What I am doing? Because I'm not getting any meaning of the sentence. I am getting the total action of the sentence of the particular verb, that what a subject is doing. I am teaching you all. Clear? So these are the action words. Now helping verbs. Helping verb is a verb that change or helps another verb. It gives the help, right? It gives the help to the main verb. Like if I would say, I the same example I'm using over here. I am teaching you. I teaching you, or I am teaching you. I was teaching you. Sorry, yeah, I was teaching you. I will be teaching you. So you can say that I'll be changing the tense, the helping verb I am using it. With the am word, you can say that I am I'm telling you in the present only I am teaching you. I was teaching you, that means in the past I was teaching you. I will be teaching you, and the later I will be definitely teaching you English. Fine. So these are the helping verbs, right? So helping verbs can be form can be am, are, is, was, were, and being. Can, could, do become, did, does, doing, have become, has, had, having. So these are the few helping verbs form also be having, right? So you can say these are the verbs like be, do, can, have. They are changed according to the tenses or show the manner of action expressed by the principal verb, the main verb. They are also used to form the question and negative sentences as well. Like you can say in the third example, would you help me with this homework? Can you open the door? I'm using this in a you can say in forming a question. Fine. Over there I'm using a helping verb, right? Now we can say the verbs are of two types again, the strong verb and the weak verb. Weak verbs are those where we are adding ed, d, and t while forming in a past tense. Like the few examples are being given: walk become walked, want become wanted, spend become spent. Fine. Here you can see walk is a present verb, or you can say main form of verb, and I'm adding ed in it. It become a past, right? Acquire become acquired, bark become barked, smile become smiled. So there you can say the few verbs are being given to you where you are adding in it ed form and it become a past tense, right? Like example, more example I can give: notify, notify, and it become notified, ied. Why always be changed into I, and then we used to add ed in it to making a past form. Fine. Visit become visited, wash become washed, work become worked. So these are the weak verbs where you are adding ed and d in it. Now we have a strong verb as well, the verbs which form their past tense by simply changing the vowel. without adding ed, d, or t in it are the strong verbs. Like few example become come, become came, write become wrote, speak become spoke. Come, you can say in come I am just replacing o with a, it become came. Write, I with o, it become wrote. Speak become spoke. Now another word I can use, freeze. F R E double E Z E. When I will make a past tense, it become froze. F R O Z E. Double E becomes O while making a past tense. See, S double E, watching someone. Saw, S A W. Double E, E will be replaced with A. Fine. So these are the strong verbs where you are changing inside the verb, and you are changing only vowel of their present tense while making the past tense in it. Fine. So this is the weak and strong verbs. Now, few words, few nouns are being used while making a verb, like the words are teacher. It's a noun. If I want to make a verb in it, it's a become teach. Writer become write, reader become read. Fine, these are the few nouns while we can make it as a verb as well. Like friend, if I'll add be in it, it become be friend. Fool, I'm adding be in it again, it become be fool. Beautify, it become beauty become beautify. Fine. So these are the few nouns which are making the verbs as well. So we can, the same way, we can make verb from adjectives as well. Like example I can use strength become strengthen, I am adding en in it. And you can see the example, the weekend gateway, we can get away, strengthen their relationship. Fine. So you can see in it, I'm using a past tense as well while adding ed in it. Fine. Then the another one, dark, I suppose everyone knows dark is an adjective. When I'm adding en in it, it become a verb. Fine. So these are the few examples which I'll be using in it. So large, I suppose everyone knows large, this is a large piece of uh, sh- large piece of pizza, sugar, anything you can say. And if I'll add in it en, it's become enlarge, it become again a verb, right? Able become unable, fresh become refresh. So these are the few adjectives are being used while making a verb in it. So these are the few things which I have been discussed with you. This is all about the verb. I hope that you have understood nicely. Thank you everyone. Take care.